is one thing we have to keep in mind, that in a place where we're developing something, everyone should be on the same page. And yes, I would now pass on to Ritika.
So, hello everyone. With this revolutionary morning, I'm delighted to articulate myself as I'm a junior business analyst in Denolin. So, I started my journey with Denolin in June. Why I got connected? Because of the thought, the vision, the know yourself. It's triggered me, and I started to analyze myself that even I want to carry the entrepreneurship journey, and this Denolin, through this, they are taking me through the real-time experience. So I would like to say that with this experience, I would like to end my speech with the great Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, and also today is the Students' Day. So we should have, with his quote, aim in life continuously, acquire knowledge, work hard, and have perseverance to realize the great life. So we have one life. Make it big, make it large, do something extraordinary, and make it memorable. So with this thought, thank you. And I would also like to thank both the founders who gave me this opportunity to be the part and grow from both the ends, be the Denolin and myself. Thank you, everyone. Now I would like to give the mic to the Shravani.
Hello again everyone, I'm Shravani, introducing myself again as a content creator who is working for Denolin since past 1 month. I'm very proudly saying that this 1 month has taught me so many things. Basically, me as a content creator who posts content in various other social media, just know how to project myself in front of a camera. But after working with Denolin, I have learned so many things, and I would like to thank senior sir and junior sir for always encouraging me, pushing me forward, staying as my strength to just project myself very well defined in front of everyone by giving so much confidence to me in this past 1 month. And this 1 month has taught me so many things which I can never leave behind in my life. Talking about Denolin, about my experience working with Denolin, this company, no one works as an employee, with an employee mindset. They all are very connected to the work, and their passion is really driving them very well in their lives. And I can see that when we are working as a team together, we all share our thoughts on everything. Like if I'm a content creator, I can really share my thoughts on web development, and technical team will really help me in my content, like talking how to talk, what to talk, and where to talk. So we all work we all come together and work. That makes our work easier, which is not really easy, but we can feel it easy when we are working together. So this really feels good working with Denolin, and our passion, and we are all on the same page. So I'm really looking forward for our journey to reach very good heights. Thank you. I'm giving the mic to Nori Vaishnavi.
I would now invite Soumya Ravula ma'am, COO of Denolin, to come onto the stage and share her experience with the team and her own experience. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Vaishnavi. I think it's a very good afternoon, everyone. I'm Soumya Ravula. So we all started in the year of 2020. I'm the very first one to join Denolin. So both Tagore brothers came in and we had this idea pitching. I know Tagore previously. Then it was like a very raw moment at that stage. Only two, they have just registered the company and they approached me. So I really felt there is something with this, like something unique and something a really fresh take, combinedly coming from two different spaces of social media and gaming. Then I somewhere believed it. We started our journey from there. It's been many ups and downs. Still there are ups and downs and all. So today we are here launching the product after almost 2 years from the incorporation of the company. Yeah, it's like sheer dedication from the entire team and mostly both the brothers. So they have put like everyone, like they have put so much into building this, right from the tech team, from the founders themselves. So I wish everyone a great future ahead, and thank you all for coming.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. So a small information just we received that Srinivas Rao Mahankali sir has got an emergency and is unable to come. Like, he's one of our guest of honor. And Jayesh Ranjan sir has just arrived. He'll be here in a couple of minutes. Hello, sir. We invite our guest of honor, Mr. Jayesh Ranjan sir, IAS Principal Secretary of the Industries and Commerce and Information Technology Departments of the Telangana government to the event with gratitude. He was born and brought up in Lucknow. He had an interest in mathematics and psychology. Later, he has pursued his master's degrees in psychology from Delhi University. He then has applied for CAT to pursue his MBA. He started in IIM Calcutta. He topped the civil service examination in the first go without attending any coaching institutions. He believes being different and adding a bit extra always helps in success. He is now thriving in the innovation ecosystem of Telangana, T-Hub, V-Hub, Task and others, and continues to prosper more. With all due respect, Team Denorlin welcomes you to our product soft launch event on the birth anniversary of Dr. Sir APJ Abdul Kalam. As we believe in his vision to take our country to a supreme level in the global market, where he believes youth has the power to change the nation. Ms. Jayesh Ranjan sir, we would like to come on to the stage for... Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Our journey so far and what the future of Denorlin might look like would be now introduced to you all by none other than our MD and founder, Mr. Tago Jr. sir. I would like to invite sir onto the stage. Over to you, sir.
Um, Good morning, one and all. Thank you for coming today, sir. So, I will love to, my way of welcoming everyone is Namaste, my dear humans. And this is the world of Denorland. So, today here we are sitting here, the birth anniversary of Sir APJ Abdul Kalam. So, it's been up to 91 years that, the earth is revolved around the sun. So, this is something which we've been waiting for since past 2 years. Working each and every day. So, we need to give benefits to the end user. The time which we are spending on social media should be worthwhile, and the post or anything which we upload in a social media should have a right value to it, right? A likes and a comments or sharing is not what makes a post valuable. And our main aspect is something to know themselves first. Means, if you open any social media in this present world, that we are focusing on other people first, right? There is no such thing in this entire world which talks about ourselves. What you like, what is your favorite stuff, where do you belong? So Denorland is solving that problem in the initial stages. So, but in this entire journey, my special thank is for the T-Hub. That means it gave larger range of visibility in the market and the new perspectives. It's like it gave the colors to the picture of Denorland. So it is a visibility, and our main future goal is something we want to make every thought into reality. Because imagine whatever you're seeing is a thoughts, right? Is a thought of a Steve Jobs, this Apple, is a thought of someone's. Everyone are creating their thoughts into reality. Why can't we do it? Like, every thought has a value. Every thought should come out of the reality. So that's what our main goal is. Thank you.
Finally here, and I'm present on this very memorable day for the entire team of Denorland when their product is getting launched. I'm also very encouraged by the support which T-Hub colleagues have given to this startup and the kind of optimism they have about their product, their solution. I'm also very enthused to hear some of the other startups in T-Hub speaking very positively about the attitude, about the team spirit, etc. These things are very, very important, particularly at the beginning of the life cycle of any particular startup. So my congratulations to them on this point as well. If you look at social media, I think we are at a stage where some kind of course correction, some kind of transition is happening. Many years ago, when Facebook, social media platforms, nothing else is possible. Whatever is possible is now completely conquered, completely achieved by Facebook. But we know that they are also going through tough times. In fact, I don't know whether you follow the trends or you follow the news. There is a huge decline in their subscribers base. They are losing revenues like anything. Mark Zuckerberg, who was at one point in time the second richest person in the world, has now come down, slipped down to the 20th. And there are all kinds of other things which are happening. Of course, he's betting very big on metaverse that is, and that may happen. But other than Facebook also, if you really do a deep dive on what is exactly happening in the world of social media, why different forms of social medias are becoming much more popular. Of course, as we know, Facebook, which requires you to write long posts, etc., that format has completely gone out of fashion. Things are more visual now. We know that Facebook has also come up with Reels, trying to regain some of that lost ground. But as we know, there are more popular ones like TikTok and Insta and all that. So there's a rapid transition going on. And I guess for Denorland to enter into this field at this time, in a way is also very challenging, but can also open up huge possibilities for the future. And what one of the T-Hub colleagues was mentioning, that this is one social media platform where you will be rewarded for the time that you are going to spend, which in my opinion is a very fundamental kind of thing. See, one of the reasons for the decline, and I won't be surprised if the nature that we see Facebook as today, that will be completely changed. So I won't be surprised. And one of the reasons, again, as it was pointed out, I mean, unless you have too much of time in which you can afford to be completely unproductive, there's no more value that you get out of that. So the fact that you are planning a scheme, or the way you have structured your platform is that the more you engage with it, you get benefits, you get incentives, but you are also going to utilize metaverse, you are going to utilize emerging technologies. All that perhaps will be the differentiator between the last generation kind of social media platforms and what you are going to do. When we look at the successes of these kind of products and solutions that come in the market. So for example, when Facebook has come in the market, when WhatsApp has come in the market, enormous number of subscribers, we feel, and our minister keeps mentioning this, that what is the rocket science behind such products and solutions? There is no great piece of engineering, there is no great piece of kind of technology, but the idea, the strength of the idea and the way you have been able to convert that idea into reality is something which has made Facebook where it is, WhatsApp where it is. And why is it that all these innovations, all these products are coming out only from the West, from the US largely? Why is it that people in India are not able to break that barrier? So I really see these kind of initiatives, these kind of attempts also as a step forward in giving that confidence to people in India as well, that we can also be equally creative, we can also be equally farsighted, and we also have the talent to complete the engineering and technology composition which today people appreciate about, let us say, Facebook or a WhatsApp, keeping the design principles very simple, very user-friendly, very adaptive, and so on and so forth. So as my T-Hub colleagues pointed out, this ought to go a long way. I'm sure it has a good future. But at the same time, my suggestion to the Tagore brothers and rest of the team would be to keep an eye on how the trends are changing. Because unless you are a step ahead of that curve, at some point in time you will be kind of forced to face the reality, and maybe pivoting at that stage may become too late. And as I said, today is the day when lots of transition is happening. I mean, it's a nice coincidence that while we are launching the Norland today, not very far from here, just about a kilometer from here, at Hightex, Meta is having their developers day today. So a huge gathering, close to 2,000-3,000 people have assembled there. In fact, I've also been invited, but I prefer to come here rather than go there, because if I go there and tell that Meta is on the way out, it is collapsing, it will not look good. But I can say these kind of things here. So, but the fact is that everyone is trying to reinvent. Everyone has understood the reality. Eventually, the bottom line, there's nothing bigger reality than what your bottom line is. And I'm sure people in T-Hub and your mentors, your guides, your board members, I'm sure they are the ones who will be able to guide you properly in understanding what kind of route to follow as you make your journey ahead. So congratulations once again, and best wishes for your warm and bright future as a truly make in India product, make in Hyderabad product. I feel very proud of all of your achievements. Thank you very much.
We'll now invite Venkat sir from Autumn State to speak few words.
Greetings to everyone. Thank you, sir, Mr. Jayesh, for honoring our fellow startup by preferring this than other events. Thank you so much. Tagore brothers are the pillar of inspiration here right from the day I stepped in here. There have been, I've seen their sort of enthusiasm, passion, and determined to do something, creativity, So that is what exactly finally we have seen in just 2 years. Really kudos to entire team Tagore Brothers and of course the teams. Then coming back to Sir's and quite a few commented from T-Hub. Frankly speaking, I mean, as I stated some time back somewhere in Bangalore, T-Hub is becoming the temple of startups. I really mean that it's a temple, because whatever we require, whether we ask, whether we don't ask, the people extend their support by cross-questioning us, do you require anything? I don't think anywhere we'll get. So after, T-Hub's 2.0, the sort of leadership has been given across. That's excellent. I really take honor to be part of this, and we are very happy that most of the startups, including us, are trying their best to upscale ourselves and trying to mark ourselves in the world of technology. Thank you so much, and I wish Tagore Brothers and Lane and Lane, wishing all the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful words. We would now be launching our application server. I would now request the technical team to come onto the stage. It's now launched. The application is now live. Thank you so much, sir. It's our privilege to introduce you all to our brand ambassador, that Mr. Sumant Penta is the official ambassador, brand ambassador of Denarland Private Limited. The official Denarland jersey that sir we'd be giving to the sir.
Very warm afternoon to everyone present here. I think before I begin, let me fulfill my duties as the brand ambassador of Denarland. I'd like to welcome each one of you to the product launch of Denarland. Social media is evolving. I think each one of us is evolving along with social media. And my intent here is to only articulate why I've chosen to be the face of the platform of Denarland. Right? Why I've made this conscious choice to represent the brand of Denarland. Now, before Tagore Senior actually gives us the product pitch of Denarland, of the platform, because so far I know all of you are very excited to know what the platform is, how you are going to be part of the revolution that the platform is going to generate. So big ups to you, Tagore Senior, and all the very best for the product pitch. But in the morning when I entered the room, I've spoken to a lot of people and I've asked them, what could Denarland be? What do you think Denarland could be? Right? So the only answers I've got were a gamified social media platform. You get rewarded for your activity, get rewarded for your time. But what is time really? What is time in the context of the internet? Next. Now, time in the context of the internet, let me take you back by about 40 years in the lane of time. I'm of course talking about 1983. Why is 1983 significant? Of course, India won the World Cup, but otherwise, why is 1983 significant in the context of the internet? Ladies and gentlemen, that is the day when the internet was born. 1st January 1983 was when the TCP/IP protocol was introduced to the internet, and that's when the first transaction was made on the internet, right? But The internet was intended to be a space that was free and just for everybody. A platform that makes human beings equals, irrespective of religion, caste, creed, sex, gender, race, religion, color. The internet was meant for everybody. Cut to 40 years later, one more. Cut to 40 years later, about 40 years later, I'm talking about the year 2021, that did not remain the reality of the internet anymore. Because the internet was supposed to be a free space, a just space for everybody. But what happened in the year 2021 was that when the internet had traveled for 40 years, the power of information on the internet started to lie in the hands of very few people. Very few players in the internet arena. They were more powerful than the most powerful person on the planet at the time. These few players in the internet arena have proven to be more powerful than the most powerful person on the planet at the time. Now, why do I say this? He was banned from YouTube also. Now, it's true that the reason for his ban was that he was spewing a lot of hate speech at the time. But what is also important to note is that his ideas were struck off because those ideas were unpopular ideas, right? So, as a user of social media, tomorrow, my ideas could also be struck off the internet, just because mine could also be unpopular ideas. So from 2021, cut to the present day. This is a pertinent question to ask. This is a pertinent problem to solve. Do I place the power of my information in the hands of a foreign entity? So ladies and gentlemen, what is the solution to that? What could be the solution to that? I present to you, ladies and gentlemen, Denorlin. It is, what do Web 3.0 and blockchain mean? They could be marketing terms, they could be, is no longer, when I'm not just in first, talk about a small example of how information is controlled, more likely in social media platforms. The algorithm will come to the rescue. Proud to say that the power of this Indian will now find the center stage, ladies and gentlemen. So big ups to Denorlin for to post 2020.
For choosing Denorlin. I would like to make you walk into the world of Denorlin's concept and
hello. So as everyone knows, end with that name. Nothing is free. So everything is a give and take process, right? Like whatever you give, the nature will give us in back. So the moment when he pitched the name like Denorlin, then he was very sure like let's register this. Like why you are Denorlin as Dana or Lena, you know, have seen that walking snake. You people might wonder, you know, how many of you people have seen a walking snake in your life? Anyone? Anyone? Anyone who have seen a walking snake? Anyone? No, but I have seen it. You know, every single day when I pitch the same concept to the world, you know, people always respond like snakes don't walk, they crawl. But I have seen it. That is the power of vision. Where only, you know, each and every single individual who believes an idea can see that walking snake. You might have seen your own walking snakes in your life where you wanted to prove to the world that I have seen it. But we finally registered our company and we have done a couple of good achievements within the process of the last 2 years. So we've been incubated in T-Hub on 2022 January 13th. It's been a quick 8 to 9 months that where we have that guidance from the T-Hub. You know, before Denorlin used to have a lot of trust issues in the market. So what T-Hub has given us is a visibility into the global market where we can reach out to the whatever the target set of audience at a very near space. There is a structure which we have built an algorithm with the support of technical team. So moving forward, like the entire why I'm not pitching the entire concept to you, because if I say this is a comedy movie or if this is an action movie, you're gonna view the movie in terms of what I said. So what we wanted to do is like have the hands-on experience of using the application, have your feedbacks, have your suggestions how we can improve the user-friendly experience of using this Denorlan application, and how we have built this application right from the scratch. I just want technical team to work on this.
So myself, Mohammad Shahnawaz, technical lead and full stack developer at Denorlan. So I started from scratch. They already failed 3 times. So I wanted to do it as scratch. So I have started from 0 to 10. And I started figuring out like where we are lagging. The structure, they are lagging it. So I observed that they are lagging at the technical side. So I took the responsibility of technical lead and started working on it. And after that, the one challenge we have is like valuation post. As you can, before you have seen that particular post contains coins, ups and downs. And the whoever valuing it on the particular post is viewing that profile over the particular post there. So for that, I have a very big challenge, because there are many common social media platforms. They won't offer this kind of thing. That is what the Denorlan USP point, valuation post. So it's actually working or not. I wanted to do that testing. So we have done testing of having user base of more than 250 plus users, and got a very technical advisor, Akash Sahay, who is guiding us and mentoring us over remotely from the state of Jharkhand. He is from Ranchi. He has 16 years of experience. And one more thing, I want to invite the board. So I want to invite. I just have 4 words. So we are working on the particular 4, and successfully we have done that in 1.5 months. First started with the valuation algorithm, and we have tested that with the 250 plus users. So that is a very good, that is a very good response from these 250 plus members, that actually the valuation post is working. So as a team, we are together build that particular algorithm. So this is this soft launch is the next phase of that particular Denorlan's USP point. And one more thing I want to highlight, like in future we can get decentralized social media application in the conjunction of Web 3.0. I want to highlight Suman points as a brand ambassador. He said that as a content creator, he said in common social medias, like he given an example of Donald Trump. Donald Trump was a powerful man on earth, but there are powerful technical team sitting over, there are some particular powerful technical team members who has banned him on the Twitter. So he decentralized nothing but having power or permission to particular content creator over his content, like ownership. So we wanted to do that particular thing on our Denolens. So that is what the Web 3.0, and this is what the future we're gonna experience in upcoming days after this valuation period will complete. So thank you for giving me this opportunity to express my skills and abilities to develop such kind of things which never exist in the world. So, and one more thing I will add on, this is the thought, and we together made it a reality. So thank you, team members, and I will hand over the session to Akash Sai as technical advisor to add on more few points on that. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanamaj. And myself, Akash, and I am a tech advisor at Denolden. And my journey started with Denolden 2 years back when when I heard that concept for like gamified social media network. And once I had this kind of concept, I came to know that it cannot be achieved with the current state of technology that we have. But what we have done with the current state of technology, that we have migrated it to the next level. So when we do that, we have to learn certain skills that are currently in the existence, and we can just drive more power from that. And with that, I think it's a better concept for the social media network applications to give us the idea that we are getting something in return, that we upload any post or any video to the social media platform. And I think it's a better way to generate the content in the social media platform. Then it gets nothing of the value, but we get certain rewards as just like a coins or some kind of points that we will make reuse of them, or we can redeem them when we use the social media networking apps. So my part was just to give the technology and the skill sets and the framework that our technical team needs at the back end of the support, like what frameworks should they use, what technology should they use, so that we will be stable in the next up to 10 or 15 years, so that our company will be more sustainable and it will be more valuable than it is right now. And my thought was to just come up with the idea into reality with the technical solutions like Amazon Web Services and the virtual private networks and the React.js application kind of thing. It may sound like we are doing the things in the current using the current technology, but the way we used to work on that is like certain next level, because a few things that cannot be done with the current technology is like we are not valuing any post for just over like 1 or 2 hours, but it will be taking out to 72 hours. So it will give like a more amount of time for the users to just get the benefit out of it more and more. Like every time you just post a photo to the Denolden, it will take it to certain categories like the general post or your top 10 post, or you can add it to a valuation post. So when you add it to the valuation post, it will be taking into consideration of like it will get some rewards after you win the match. Actually, just like a game, after you win the game, you will get certain points. So if your post gets valuated, you will be when the valuation process is over, then you will get certain rewards, like certain points for that post, and the winner will be on our leaderboard. So there is a leaderboard in our application which will be showing your position throughout the application basically. So I think it can be better shown and demonstrated by Mr. Pranay, which is our front end technical engineer, and he will be explain it more. Pranay?
Hello all. Hello all. I am Pranay Kumar, front-end developer at Tenolin Private Limited. Okay. Hello? Okay. Hello all. I am Pranay Kumar, full stack developer at Denolin.com. And my journey started with Denolin 8 months ago, when the Tagore brothers taught me that, explained me the concept of the Denolin. My mind was blown away, and it just wished that I would be part of the Denolin team, and now I am the part of the Denolin core team. Being the part in the Denolin's journey is not easy. We faced many struggles, many up and downs in our journey, both in terms of technical and management, in every field where the company needs to be working coordinately. But as a team, we pull it out together, and we are standing in front of you, launching the application. We failed many times, but not this time. That's what we thought, and we went with a bullseye, and we launched our application. And we also tested the application with almost 200 plus beta users, and their feedbacks was awesome. So which gave us the fuel to take the initiative to launch, and which motivates us to launch the application, and we launched the application today. The one thing I would like to say is that social media is evolving, and Denolin is an evolution of it. Thank you.
So let me wind up with the final points. Let me just zest the content that we all spoke till now. So this is just till now, before 11 o'clock till that, we did just testing with just 250 users. We just made them test the app, the website, how it works, and we got reviews from them, and we just made changes. Now we had widened the range of the number of users who can use the app. So we'll be happy if you all use the app, with the website, and tell your points, tell your reviews. The team is anytime, every time ready for your suggestions, your point of views. So the website will be on from now. It will be active from now. So I request all of you to just open it, use it. The more you use, the more you will get to know about it, and the more you will have points to just only you are the user who can give us points what we can do in the next update. We are going to start awareness campaigns in the colleges. We are going to make students know about it. So there is nothing like wasting their time in social media from here now, from now on. They can use the app, they can know more, they can gain more knowledge from various aspects. So we are going to start awareness campaigns, and the technology is no more a small thing. Now in this world, it is very advanced. So we all have to move with it, and we be equal with our knowledge to use the technology. So let's all work together, and let's build it together. And ending this with again Abdul Kalam sir's quote, only youth can change the fate of the nation. So here all of us are youth, only we can, for this generation we are the youth, and only we can change the fate of the nation. And I hope everyone enjoyed the event.
Now here there will be an experience zone where we'll be setting up few laptops, tabs and mobile phones where you can test the 3 versions of our product and sign up, and also you can do login through your own devices where the referral code will be the referral code is DAL004. So we will now once show you the process. As this is the soft launch, the people over here, the selected people can log in with this referral code. Later on for the outside community it will be different. So here will be the experience zone, and the food tokens would be in the waiting area where we'll be giving you for the lunch. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you, everyone.
Welcome to the Thought Leaders Show. I'm Major Sunil Shetty. The bilateral trade between India and the US is based on shared values and interest. There are growing and emerging opportunities for businesses on both sides. There are organizations that are helping businesses in both the countries through their various programs. One such organization is the Fairfax County Economic Development Authority. To get an insight into work undertaken by the county, I have with me Juhi, who's the International Director Investments, who's also visiting India. Welcome Juhi, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Major Shetty. Thank you so much for having me.
So, tell me, how has been the travel and how has been your visit to India so far?
Well, it's always a pleasure to come back home is how I think of it. I've grown up here, so this is always going to be home for me, so always a pleasure to be in India. I started my trip in Delhi with quite a few meetings. This is my second stop in Hyderabad, and I'm headed to Pune after this. So hectic, but it's fulfilling, and I'm happy to be here.
And you're on a very important mission, isn't it?
That is correct. As always, doing outreach for Fairfax County, Virginia.
So, for people who don't know much about the county, how do you define it? What do you say is important about the county that attracts businesses and entrepreneurs to your county?
Sure. So Fairfax County is a county in Northern Virginia, the state of Virginia, one of the 50 states of the United States, and Northern Virginia has close proximity to Washington, D.C. So Fairfax County has a very strategic location for business and for living. Which is one of its biggest appeals, I should say. In terms of a county in Virginia, it is the largest by population with a little over 1 million people. Not very large by Indian standards, but large nevertheless.
Nevertheless, yes.
Nevertheless, and it is also home to Tysons, which is the largest business district in the county. And why I mentioned Tysons is that you'll find a number of corporate headquarters located in that business district. So the appeal of the location is the proximity to Washington, D.C., which is the nation's capital and is also the largest customer in the world. At the same time, the business community and ecosystem and digital and physical infrastructure make it a desirable location to expand to and to grow as an organization.
Also, it is called as one of the best livable place for tech companies, isn't it?
That is correct. We did have actually an article published about what makes Fairfax County livable. And I'm also a Fairfax County resident. So not only do I work with businesses there, and we have many testimonials from businesses that have succeeded in Fairfax County, but also as a resident, I think there is an exceptional quality of life. It's a great place to grow your family. There are a number of amenities available, and there's a lot of diversity in people, and it's a highly educated population. So all things that maybe Hyderabad can relate to as well in terms of being a location that is appealing to people from all walks of life.
Somehow, somewhere I kind of relate and connect with Fairfax, which is Hyderabad was not known for, few years ago, was not on the map of investors, or business community. Today, it is there. It's an emerging, business center, startup hub. Similarly, when you talk about US, people in India do know about Silicon Valley. is my understanding right? It's kind of now people are understanding, though it has been doing the right things, but people are start hearing about it now.
Certainly, and our organization is working very hard to make that happen in terms of getting our word out there and enhancing our branding and our messaging. So we are very well known in our region as pioneers in both economic development as well as business investment. I told you about the corporate headquarters. So fun fact that I'd like to share, in the DC metro area, which is the area that we belong to, there are 16 Fortune 500 companies. 9 of those 16 companies are in Fairfax County. So when it comes to our region, we're very well known and we're seen as leaders for the region. Internationally, we may be a little less known, and at least the Fairfax EDA India team has done a lot over the last 6 years to change that, and we're only feeling bullish and positive about it.
So apart from the geography that is there, and also know that there are 3 major ports which are close to the county, what does the county offer to businesses, and in particular to Indian businesses?
Certainly, Major. So Fairfax County, our organization, which I would like to give a little introduction to what we do, our singular mission is to attract and retain business investment into Fairfax County. So this outreach that we're doing, the branding that I was talking about, is just one aspect of what we do. So Fairfax County EDA, or FCEDA, is an independent agency of the local government. And not only are we the marketing arm for business for the county, we also provide a range of services, all free and confidential, to businesses everywhere, including our resident businesses, to help them either expand or grow in Fairfax County. So when you talk about support, the single best support is the ecosystem and potential that we offer as a region with the companies, the big name tech companies that are already there, which are not only potential customers for other companies, but potential partners. So I'll give you an example. So AWS, Amazon Web Services, has been headquartered in Fairfax County since 2015. AWS, as you know, they offer cloud services. So AWS partners find it appealing to be located near AWS. So the ecosystem itself is the biggest incentive that we offer businesses. But to add to that, as an agency in support of our mission to attract and retain business investment, we offer, I like to call it 4 buckets or 5 buckets of services for businesses, and they vary depending on what stage you're in, whether you're a company just exploring where do you want to expand in the United States, or a company that has made the decision and would like to get plugged into the business community, or you're a seasoned company, you've been in Fairfax for 10 years and you're looking to grow. So we have something for everyone. Yeah. When it comes to new businesses, let's say you asked particularly about Indian companies. We often think of ourselves as the first point of contact to gather valid and reliable information to make your business decision. We want, of course, companies to invest in Fairfax County, to open up an office in Fairfax County and hire local people. But we also know that in order to do that, we need to make the right case, and it should work for the company. So we put our efforts in gathering market intelligence and presenting it to companies so that they can make an educated and informed decision about where they want to locate. We even go so far as to comparing ourselves. We can compare the state of Virginia in terms of taxes, cost of doing business, cost of employment, to, let's say, California. And then the company can decide, which one is better for them, their budget, what their needs are. That part is left to the company, but this is a huge benefit for them to get the information that they seek from a reliable source. So that's as far as new companies are concerned. And then when the company, let's say, chooses to come to Fairfax and they're looking to expand, one of the biggest concerns for any company is business development. How do we grow our business? How do we get known in this community? We do a lot of plugging in soft business landing services for those companies, introducing them to local chambers of commerce, telling them about events where they will find it beneficial to network, as and when required, making introductions so that the company eases into the business community. So those are some of the things.
Does it also include, because when you talk about US as a business destination, one of the federal business is one of the big things, right? Big areas. So how can Indian businesses benefit from, through your organization to get that connect when they're competing with the local businesses?
Sure, and Major Shetty, you said competing with, and I look at it differently. I look at it as technology begets technology. So emerging tech companies are the precursor to more emerging tech companies coming into the community. And the reason for that is that it offers the potential for partnerships. What you're calling competition, I'm calling as a potential to collaborate. Because there are different companies with different kinds of expertise, and they often find complementary services from another company in the same ecosystem, and together they're stronger. So we feel that the reason that our business community is so robust is because of that. The reason we are home to so many tech companies is from the time of AOL, when they decided to move to this region in the 80s, and look where we are now. So the companies tend to follow where there is potential, where there is opportunity, and we believe that we offer that.
So for any new company, especially when the foreign company trying to relocate or open new offices in a new place, there's cost involved, right? And even the size of investment becomes important. Is there any parameters or a base investment that you as a county want investors to come with, businesses to come with, and what kind of support do you provide? Because there is a cost. Is there a cost for your service?
So I'll take that one at a time. In terms of size of investment, we are completely agnostic. We don't care that the investment is a few $100,000 to a few $100 million. We welcome one and all. The kind of services that we provide are similar regardless of the size of investment. So in terms of the support provided, if you're looking at incentives in particular, because we're in the state of Virginia companies, once they're Virginia companies, have access to a number of those incentives that are available from the state. And we work very closely with our colleagues at Virginia Economic Development Partnership in order to bring relevant incentives to companies based on their size and type of investment. When it comes to smaller companies, they're looking to start lean. They say, we're not ready to have an office. We would, like to maybe have a co-working space. That's where our market intelligence and our data fact sheets come into the picture. We give them a list of alternate office spaces. You don't have to lease. You can take up this office with basic services, and as you grow, you can look to add services to that, or when you're ready, move on to leasing your own office. And when they are ready to lease, we actually do a search for them free of cost. You asked about, is there a cost? There is no cost. That's one of the things that we take a lot of pride in. All of our services are free, and all of our services are universal in the sense that we don't discriminate based on size of investment.
That's really nice to know that. So one of the things that I found in my research was you have not changed, Fairfax County has not changed the income taxes for many years now. That's a big advantage, isn't it? And the certainty, is that something going to be there for long?
So, well, nobody can predict the future, but I will say this, and I'd just like to make a clarification. The tax is the state income tax. In the US, you have 3 levels, right? There's federal tax, there's state tax, and in many cases, a jurisdiction or county tax as well. And we have all 3 of those. So Virginia has not changed its corporate income tax since 1972, if my statistics are correct, and that has remained constant at 6%. In fact, if you look at the state of Virginia, a very recent accolade for us is that Site Selector magazine called it the #1 state for business, for business location. So we're very proud. We're also the top 5 states for ease of doing business. Like I said, I cannot predict whether it's going to be the same, but the fact that it hasn't changed since 1972 speaks volumes in itself. I think the more important thing is, and I can speak to Fairfax County, is that we have a very stable government, and that's important for a business as well. You're here in Hyderabad. We see regime changes in India. They do impact business and the bureaucracy of business. We have a very bipartisan board of supervisors that oversees the work of the county. And I'm saying bipartisan for a reason, that the government still remains stable and always in support of business. So this is why Virginia has its rankings as well, and we benefit from it too.
So is there any sector that as Fairfax County you're interested in, or they're sector agnostic when you're looking at businesses or investors to come into the county? And are there any specific areas you are looking from Indian businesses to come and set up shop?
Yes, absolutely. And one of the reasons India is one of our key target markets is because we see a lot of synergy between what Indian businesses, tech businesses are doing, and what we have in Fairfax County as well. So when you talk about industries, information and communications technology is high up there for us. We are a very strong sector. We have 8,800 technology companies in Fairfax County. Cybersecurity is a very, very big cluster for us. In addition to that, emerging technologies, analytics, smart city technologies, IoT, artificial intelligence, drone technologies, space, aerospace and defense is a big sector for us, and life sciences. More specifically within life sciences, health IT is a big and upcoming sector for us. So that's where our focus lies. So you'll see that the common theme tends to be technology. And India is very strong in technology as well, which is why we come here and we frequent our visits to India and our outreach to India, because we think that Indian companies have a lot to gain. They have a lot of potential if they choose to locate in Fairfax County. I have to mention something that kind of spans these industries or these skill sets that I just talked about, and that is government contracting. That's another area which is very strong for us. Fairfax County companies enjoy a good portion of federal contract dollars that come to our businesses, and that's definitely a strength for us. You were asking me earlier about working with the federal government. So here is where partnerships are key, because as a foreign company, it's not easy to do business with the US federal government. It's nearly impossible. But if you do have a local partner, it starts to make sense both for them and for you. So those are some of the areas that we try to focus on. We're more focused on the knowledge and technology based businesses, IT products. We have a number of IT services companies as well, but product companies are those that will benefit the most from coming to Fairfax County. But it's not like we screen people. Everyone is welcome.
So the other thing that I want to bring here is India is, post-COVID, India is seen as the pharmacy of the world, right? And we are sitting in Hyderabad. This is within India. This is the hub for biotechnology and pharmacy. Is there any interest, to have collaborations, both in terms of investments, companies setting up shop in your county, in the biotechnology space, pharmacy, biotechnology?
Absolutely, biotechnology more than pharmacy. But since you brought it up, I'm so proud to say this, that we are in Hyderabad, and one of the biggest pharma companies here is Granules India Limited, which we had the good fortune of touring yesterday. We toured their Gagilapalli facility, which is the largest in the country. And I'm so pleased to say that Granules has only one manufacturing operation outside of India, and that is in Chantilly, Virginia, which is in Fairfax County. So yes, the fact that Granules chose to come to Fairfax is a testament to that industry. But I will say that we have more room for biotech companies, research and development in pharma and biotech rather than manufacturing, right? So we have a lot of potential there because of the presence of many higher education institutions in our vicinity, which offer you that pipeline of talent and research faculty that you might need to collaborate with. as well as the ecosystem. We are in close proximity to DC, but then Virginia, other places in Virginia and West Virginia where there are pharmaceutical companies, as well as Maryland, which has a big life sciences hub. So it makes sense for companies in that industry.
So in the initiative, is there anything for collaborating between Indian talent and county talent when it comes to biotechnology and other spaces? Why I ask this? Indian students have been one of the big, economy and who've been coming to the US. So Hyderabad has multiple organizations like CCMB, NIPER, where the talent is there for biotechnology. So is there a thought, or going forward there could be a possibility of talent exchange, collaboration at the university level, schools levels?
It sounds like a very fantastic idea, because again it's about synergies, but when it comes to making that collaboration, I would leave it to the universities on either side. And we'll be happy to get them together across the table to have that discussion, but it's really at their discretion. This is not something we can facilitate, because the universities have their own mandates and their own processes, so we leave it to them, but it's a wonderful idea.
So now My Startup TV is a channel for startups, and I have to ask this question. So what can Indian startups expect from Fairfax County in terms of support? Is there anything that you are rolling out for startups?
So like I mentioned before, we are agnostic of any and every company. We support companies with what they need based on what we can provide them, regardless of how big or small they are. When it comes to startups, I just said a little while ago that companies want to start lean. They may be a 1 or 2 person operation to start with. What I do feel is that getting that, in Indian language it would be domicile, getting that legal entity in, let's say, Virginia already becomes a benefit. It's not a difficult process, but once you do choose to expand, you get access to a lot of resources that are available to domicile companies like Virginia companies. So while we don't offer these from our side, we connect our startups to a number of grants and funding opportunities that are available in our ecosystem. I'll give you an example. The Virginia Innovation Partnership Corporation, it's a state-funded entity, and they fund businesses. They provide gap funding from idea stage to commercialization and then moving forward. So those are the opportunities you can only avail of if you are a Virginia business, right? So having the startup set up operations is perhaps not a difficult job, but we are more than happy to do hand-holding once they're there, to introduce them to these opportunities where they can get funding from venture capitalists to angels to traditional funding from banks, and the whole gamut, so to speak.
And what do you have to say for people who would say expensive city to be in or country to be in?
So I guess expensive is a relative term. When you look at the total sum of the quality of life, the amount of opportunity, and the income potential in Fairfax County, it just makes sense. I mean, Hyderabad is not a cheap place. Delhi is not a cheap place. So the reasons for that are obvious. People there, yes, you may say it's expensive, but then their earnings are commensurate with those expenses, right? So it all goes hand in hand. I told you I'm a Fairfax County resident, right? So I have 2 kids, and they went through the public school system. One is still in school, which, as you know, because you have experience here, public schools are free in the United States. And Fairfax County Public Schools is a nationally ranked school system. The number 1 STEM school in the United States is in Fairfax County. It's the Thomas Jefferson High School for Science and Technology, and it's a public school. They have state-of-the-art labs, and all their amenities are free because it's run by the government. So when you look at what there is that the county has to offer its residents, whether it's the schooling, like I said, the access to higher education institutions, recreation, right? Whether you're talking about parks or
the infrastructure.
Yeah, the gardens, you're talking about museums, you're talking about cultural exposure, you're talking about diversity. It literally, we actually have a saying that Fairfax County has it all. And so it completely justifies the cost of living in the county.
Finally, you have offices globally. There is one office for you in Bangalore also. Any scope in future to have a permanent office in Hyderabad?
So our offices are by country, and we chose Bangalore because it's a tech hub of India, and it made most sense for us. In fact, we have small operations in Mumbai as well, but the focus remains Bangalore. The point is that the Bangalore office is not just to cater to Bangalore companies. So the whole point of having a local person from Fairfax County EDA in India is so that they can serve the whole market. So they're not restricted to Bangalore companies. We have 4 other overseas offices. Our office for Europe is in Berlin, in Germany, but they handle all of Europe. Our office for the UK is in London. Our office for Asia is in South Korea, but they handle all of Asia. So we have to be mindful of maintaining, the cost impact of having these offices, and at the same time maximizing our services and outreach. So there isn't a firm plan in the near future, but if we see an influx of investment coming from India, who knows, Hyderabad might be the next place to be. We know it's happening already.
Well, we wish you all the best. Thank you, Juhi. Thank you for being on our show.
Thank you, Major Shetty. It's been an awesome pleasure to be here.
Thank you.
My name is Shiva Rao Tumalapalli. I am the Honorary Director at Institute of Directors at Hyderabad. IOD is the largest corporate directors association based in India with over 33,000 members globally. And the Hyderabad region has more than 1,000 members who are essentially the corporate directors, company secretaries, chartered accountants, and startups, MSMEs, so many other kind of member base. So Institute of Directors organize programs including events, training programs. Our flagship program of Masterclass for Directors is very popular for the company directors. And we also have our Golden Peacock Awards, which are very popular internationally and globally. So we have publications, so the Directors Today magazine. We have board training services and advisory services. IOD offers third-party performance of the corporate directors. So with this brief about IOD, the today's session on Innovation and Entrepreneurship 2022 Summit has attracted more than 150 delegates today. We organized this event at T-Hub. So this is basically a program on sustainable entrepreneurship. So our objective of doing this event is to promote innovation in state of Telangana and also promote entrepreneurship both in corporate innovation as well as bridge the gap between industry, academia, and other regulatory agencies, including finances. So we ran the inaugural session with chief guest being the US Consul General, and we have a diplomatic session on global innovation ecosystem. So where various countries like Switzerland, Holland, Singapore, Australia, Canada, so they all showcase their innovation ecosystems in their respective countries. And this is we hope as IOD we could able to give a different flavor of innovation. Traditionally we have been discussing about the domestic and frugal innovation, but today the innovation went to global, And the idea is to promote global innovation ecosystem connecting with Telangana state in particular. So we had other sessions also on environmental responsibility and sustainability.